I'm about to have the hardest boner right now. Pigeons?
Yeah. Live in the now! I'm coming.
Huh?
Oh, it's time for class.
Class is in session!
Roll call.
Bueller.
I'm gonna be late for class.
Bueller.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
I'm late for class.
You are mine now. You belong to me.
Did you study for the test?
No more complaining. No more Mr. Kim left to go to the bathroom. Nothing. There is no bathroom.
Hello and welcome to Middle Class Film Class. I'm your host for today, Joseph.
And I'm Tyler.
And where is Pete?
Where in the world is Pete?
Yeah, he is in the world somewhere.
Somewhere.
He is not even on our continental U.S. at the moment, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what he does with his business. I don't know. He is. I don't know what he's doing.
He's an international espionage, some sort of spy.
Didn't he say he was like going to like South America or something like that?
You know, he went over to Europe, I think.
Europe.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's telling two different stories.
Yeah. Well, he's
Who
trying.
knows?
He's trying to keep us on our toes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, so we had to break into the Abeyta studios to.
Yeah, we had to wrestle. We had to wrestle Bree.
Yeah.
To get into.
She was a
the
formidable opponent.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah, Tyler's got a swollen ankle because of
Yeah,
that.
I did. I sprained my ankle battling her.
Yeah, but we got past her and the security dog.
Yes.
Sam.
Yeah. A very vicious dog.
I know I got a bite on my also my ankle.
Yeah.
But we're here now. We figured out how to set up everything without the headmaster Pete.
Yes.
Essentially, because he is the one. He's the operations.
Yeah.
He's the production manager.
I mean,
of the space since this is
Yeah,
his
we
house.
figured it out. And
Yeah.
also, this is a first time in middle class film class history
Oh yes.
because Pete has been a steady Eddie for all of the episodes.
Yeah, a common denominator.
But now it's just me and you, Joseph. That's
Yeah.
a first.
This is a very unique, different
It's a
episode.
very unique dynamic, too, as well.
And at first, I was like, "All right, a little break from the show since Pete's going to be gone." But then I was like,
No, we need more.
"We need to do something." I feel like we should do something because
Yeah.
it's like the friend group where it's like, well, me and you have never just hung out. It's always been the three of us
What are you talking about? Yes, we have.
in the past. In the past, we have,
Oh,
but
in the
not
past.
recently.
Well, no, not recently.
Not recently.
No,
But especially on the show,
no
which
yeah.
we have never done.
No, we haven't.
So it was.
I was very excited.
yeah.
I was very excited.
So this is a little special mini episode. We're not going to do a full like movie review or anything like that.
Yeah.
We actually we spun kind of in a way. We spun the punishment wheel for ourselves.
What have I done?
What have we done?
Now it's time to sleep in it. Take your medicine. This is the wheel of punishment.
That is a great theme song.
Yeah, I think we need to abbreviate it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we might have to tinker with it a little bit. But
Yeah.
instead of spinning the wheel of punishment, there was an idea floated that we should pick. Like I said, we should pick a movie that we should watch, and then like we both like review it.
Yeah, we picked a
then-
movie for each other. Basically.
We picked a movie for each other.
Yeah.
And then, so it wasn't like a traditional spin of the wheel.
No, because we didn't do it on air. We just did it on the side. basically.
However, I actually did like the idea of you picking a movie for me to watch.
Oh, okay.
I thought that was. I was like, okay, like because he's thinking about it. He's like, okay, what can I do?
But Pete's in the chat. Pete's
Oh,
here. He's
Pete.
in present and spirit. He's several hours ahead.
He had a break from his CIA assassination
his meeting.
operation.
Yeah. Probably well into his cups at this point.
He's in his cups.
The wine has been flowing, according to him. So
Oh my god.
that
well,
Portuguese,
good.
a good Portuguese wine.
Good for him. Good for him.
But yeah, so we're not gonna get into the movies quite yet. We're gonna do some gab and chatter.
Find some charity in ye, lad. Now's the time for gab and chatter.
Gab and chatter movie news, things to discuss, movie related things.
Things.
Yeah, Tyler.
So Sean Penn is starring in with what was it? Dakota Fanning or
Dakota Johnson.
No, Dakota Johnson in I mean it's not even that recently. Daddy-O. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I've heard of the movie.
Yeah. So this is coming from IndieWire. The title is Sean Penn spent 15 years miserable on sets between Milk and Daddy-O. I didn't even know he was getting work between those two movies.
Wait, say that again. Between Milk and Daddy-O?
Yeah, between Milk and Daddy-O.
He was doing what?
I don't know. That's what confused me. I was like, I didn't even know he was getting work in between Milk and Daddy-O.
When did Milk come out? Didn't that come out like
It was like 20.
10?
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Was it after? No, he wasn't in. Oh no, Walter Mitty. He was in Walter Mitty.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, but he's not in it a lot. But he is in it.
But he was on it. Okay, well, he was miserable on that set.
Oh, okay. So every set he's been on since Milk and Daddy-O.
Yeah, between Milk and Daddy-O, he's been in abject misery.
Oh, okay.
And then also, like, the underlying title says, plus, Penn says he couldn't play Harvey Milk, the first openly gay elected public official in California in today's timid and artless environment. And that kind of sets it up.
Interesting.
Like, because Sean Penn, he seems like a real jackass. Like, he's like one of those boomer guys who's just like, oh, everyone's getting triggered, like woke culture.
Yeah,
So,
he's
like,
an interesting individual because he like got into like politics, sort of, or like political situations.
He tried to go like to Ukraine to film a documentary, I believe.
Yeah, and he was like gonna get trapped there. Or something.
Yeah,
He like it was in talks with Pablo Escobar or something like that.
Yeah, Oh, yes, he did. Yes, I remember that. I remember when that came out. It was so stupid. He just seems like a pretentious ass. And so Penn told the New York Times that 2008's Milk was the last time I had a good time.
The last time I had a good time on a movie set?
Making a feature prior to his new indie film with co-star and producer Dakota Johnson. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Dakota Fanning. It's just...
It's like just muscle memory. There's only one Dakota.
He said, so he goes on to say, I went 15 years miserable on sets. Milk was the last time I had a good time. The infamously candid star continued, I feel like an actor who is playing a leading role and is a known actor that I feel I'm gonna repeat the sentence because I feel like this doesn't make any sense when he's saying what he's saying. I feel like an actor who is playing a leading role and is a known actor. Okay, I get it now, and is being paid well as a leadership position on a film, and you've got to show up with energy and be a bodyguard for the director in some way. I don't know what that means, but okay, Sean Penn. I was faking my way through the stuff, and that was exhausting. Well, you're an actor. You're faking it all the time. Come on. Mostly what I thought was just, what time is it? When are we going to get off? Yeah, Sean Penn, that's literally every person who is working. What time is it? When am I going to get off?
So he was looking at it like a 9-to-5 job.
Exactly. And instead of retiring, Penn felt the need to continue acting to maintain his lifestyle. Don't know what that means, but I'm pretty sure
Lifestyle.
It's probably like something akin to Johnny Depp or Nicolas Cage or something. So he felt like he had to work. Excuse me. He goes on to say, I was sure it was done, but I didn't know how I was going to keep my house running or travel freely or things like that if I stopped. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, you could just buy, like, you're a multimillionaire. Like, you could definitely stop working if you want, Sean Penn, unless you have extracurricular activities.
That's strange. So he's just complaining that
he's just complaining about working.
Yeah.
And so I thought it was interesting because Sean Penn hasn't been in the news in quite some time, and Sean Penn definitely has a reputation of being a really hard person to work with, right? And he also kept Madonna hostage. Yeah. So so this is the charisma of Sean Penn is like he kept Madonna, who was arguably like the most popular pop artist in the late 80s.
Yeah.
And he still gets work. Like I think he was like in Jackass with his son at one point.
The movie Jackass or the show?
No, the movie.
Oh.
Or was it the show? I can't remember. But I know he was involved with that crew.
Really?
So
like he was in the movie. Like you see him.
Yeah, and you can see his son. I can't remember what his son's name was. But like it kind of like when I read this article, I'm not gonna even go through like everything that he talks about because then he starts talking about like anti-woke things and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't give a shit. But
with the rise of woke, comes the rise of the anti-woke.
Yeah, like I just don't give I don't give a shit like what he thinks about.
It's interesting because
it's like that same. It's the same attitude where these older actors who got their fame in like the 80s, even going back to this, because Sean Penn, like he was getting his like fame in like this like late 60s.
Yeah.
And so when all these older actors say, "Oh, it's not, you know what, this world," they just don't like change. They don't like the world that's changing. And
I want to keep playing a mentally disabled person if I want to. I want to keep playing a gay man if I want to.
And so, like, when I hear these older actors saying, "Oh, Hollywood's gone timid," blah blah blah, and it's just like, okay, yeah, well, Hollywood also had a Harvey Weinstein raping young women.
Yeah.
Like, so
taking advantage. Like, there's a bunch of backstabbing, money laundering. So yeah, you know, we're gonna try to do better, as Pete would say. Hollywood has.
Are you listening, Pete?
Yeah. Hollywood has become more woke in these people's words.
Yeah.
But it's like they've just become more aware because society has become more aware of things like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
These things anymore.
And that's the key word of when you just said, like, maybe we shouldn't do that. It's like, why does it have to be a maybe? Like, no, we shouldn't do this anymore. Like, it should be like a hard, straight fact. Like, no, we shouldn't be taking advantage of these young actors and actresses And
let's go a different direction. Let's not go down that direction of exploiting people.
So the reason why I brought the article up though is because one, I don't like Sean Penn. I think he's a terrific actor, but I don't like him as a person and just based on this article that I read from IndieWire, it was just I kept like rolling, like I couldn't roll my eyes any more than I could.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to say like I mean, obviously we don't know Sean Penn, but like you could assume like I know you personally,
yeah, personally, yeah.
Your parents are rub shoulders with his people.
We've had coffees.
You run in the same circles.
We've had coffees.
Oh, really? Talked about anti-woke things and
yeah. I mean, you know my propensity for anti-woke.
Please don't think that.
But I'm just like I'm getting to the point because like you and I we're pretty much the same age.
Yeah.
And so we're getting older and like I'm getting sick of this like these old people who don't like change. But that's the tale as old as time. Like everyone doesn't like change.
Especially if you're an older person.
But when it's up front, like on stage, because you're a celebrity,
right,
and you're seeing it, it start like at first you can kind of like poke fun at it, like haha, look at this old person, like they don't like change.
Boomer.
Yeah, okay, boomer. But then it gets to a point where it starts becoming okay. So what are you gonna do about it? Like what's the Sean Penn? What's the point
of complaining?
Like
I hate my job.
Like you're basically just venting on a public stage.
Yeah.
And so, but I am curious to see Daddy-O. He also said that this movie couldn't be made in this time if it was directed and written by a male person.
Is it a female director? I assume.
Yeah, it's a female. I actually pulled up the IMDb page for this movie, and it's directed by. Oh come on, phone load! Damn it!
That's a weird name. Load.
It's directed and written by Christy Hall.
Oh.
It has a 7.2 IMDb rating.
Oh, okay.
She's not really known for anything. She did like some TV series, and that's it. Like I think this is like her
debut.
Yeah, it's her directorial debut
of a movie. Wow.
So he just basically said, if this movie was directed by a man, like it would never be released, and that was the only reason why he agreed to it.
I'm curious about the premise of this movie. Isn't he like a cab driver or something?
Yeah. No, he's a cab driver. It's kind of like
Taxi Cab Confessions.
It's kind of
the movie.
Oh my god. Yeah. But anyways, I mean that's really all I had. That's really what came to note.
So Sean Penn is an asshole and continues to be an asshole.
Correct.
Okay. Cool. All right. So I have a discussion topic, but before I get to that, I want to do a little game with you, Tyler.
Oh God, it's these games.
It's a little game. Assuming that what I have set up here works, doesn't have time to test anything. So
okay,
you're watching it live, audience, whoever's here. So I'm gonna play clips from movies. Okay, and your only goal is to identify what movie it is.
Okay.
Simple enough. And I can guarantee you that you've seen these movies. Because I just pulled it from our episodes movies that we reviewed. All right? So very simple. Okay? There's not that many. All right? So, first clip.
Mom? Oh, Billy. How sweet of you to come here to me.
They're kind of long clips, too. This is also a Red Museum movie.
I have no idea.
You'll get more. You'll get more.
course you'd like to indulge in, Billy. Now's the time.
Pete knows it.
What is this?
Well, son, I guess you're right. I am a butthead.
Oh,
Fuck.
you okay?
Yeah, I just. It's, oh my God. I can't.
We live in a.
We
live in a.
I don't know.
Where do we live?
We live in a house?
No. We live in a
body?
A collection of a civilization,
society.
There you go.
Society. I knew it.
There
God
you
damn
go.
it.
Ding. I don't have
Society.
the- Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well done. Only took to the end of the clip.
Well done until you had to give me a hint. Yeah.
All right.
Great.
Next clip.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
What I just experienced, was that me?
What was you, darling?
That man in the armor, was that me?
Yes, that was your spirit. Our spirits live on in the whole of time, exist in many vessels through time. This is the vessel you're existing in now, in 1950.
Excuse me.
As you all may recall, during the trauma that you went through while we were processing,
Yes.
it was of the utmost importance
This is a very long clip, by
that
the way.
you experience every detail, every specific detail through all of your senses of that memory.
Pete
and that we
Pete
go
has it, I
over it
think.
again and over it again and over it
You
again.
said at one point,
until
you
it
said this
loses
was
its
your
power.
number one movie.
This is very...
Excuse me.
The Master.
There you go.
This...
Ding.
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Is that what helped you?
No, I just recognized Philip Seymour Hoffman.
I just wanted to keep listening.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
All right, next clip.
We don't have a lot of time. So are you prepared to say on the air that you've actually seen people devoured by the stuff?
Oh, hell yes. And what's worse, I've seen what's left of them when the stuff gets through and comes back out.
This one.
You want to run that by me again?
I've seen what's left when the stuff gets through with them and comes back out. It sort of vacates the premises when it's through.
How? I'm sorry. I mean, what am I asking you for? How would you know?
Oh, I know.
Oh, Charlie.
What is it, Tyler?
Charlie, are you all right? Charlie, are you all right? What's the matter?
The stuff?
There you go. Where is it? You know, it said the name of the movie.
I know.
In the clip. You know,
I kind of just wanted to hear the rest of the clip.
All right, last clip.
All right, last clip.
Last clip.
Hi, we are so incredibly lost. Mr. Van Shrike. Hello. You look chilly. Come back inside. Actually, I'm from back east. I'm kind of digging the cold. Ah! Fuck! You someone who said it? Or I can kill you here. Harry, I was thinking some more about this reality versus fiction.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, like in the movies when a guy comes up and sticks a gun at some schmuck's back and says, let's take a walk. All of a sudden, he's got a hostage.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Well, in reality, the pros like about 5 feet of separation.
5 feet, huh?
Yeah. That's so the schmuck doesn't take the gun back and make it eat it.
Pete got it. Don't look.
I'm not looking.
Doesn't that suck? I just hit you for no reason. I don't even know why.
Fuck. This one's lost on me. This one I don't know.
Tell us where Harmony is.
Fuck you, Mary.
You don't get it, do you? This isn't good cop, bad cop. This is fag and New Yorker.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
For Christ's sake, who are you protecting? It's all over. Finney, Dexter's going down. I know about Veronica's lawsuit. I know Dexter was facing ruin. I even know he switched daughters, which, for God's sake, actually did work for a while till last week.
Yeah, what happened then? He had to kill her, huh?
Harry, will you put a sock in it?
I'm asking a question.
No, I'm
asking.
Anything?
I don't know.
Robert
No.
Downey Jr. is in
We
it.
don't know anything. Like we're
Okay,
fish
Robert
hooking.
Downey Jr.
For the record, it was the boyfriend.
And who's
that
the
flew
voice
in
of the
from
other
Paris.
guy?
He would have spotted the fake and said, "That's not Veronica." Okay? Am I right?
Fuck you. Huh?
Not that guy.
Exactly.
This guy.
So Dexter had Veronica killed, threw a dress on her, dumped the body, and walked away clean, except for one.
Any idea?
No.
Zero idea? You give up?
I give up.
Kiss, kiss, bang, bang.
Oh. Okay. I mean, I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
We reviewed it.
I know.
Was that the only time you watched it last?
Yeah, that was the last time I watched it. That was like a few years ago, man. Come on.
Okay, let's see.
It wasn't that much of a memorable movie to me.
What's this one from?
That's. I know it's an Eggers movie. I think it might be The Northman.
Northman.
No.
Northman. That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Well, thank you for playing the guess the clip of movie clip whatever game.
Well, it was very nice to participate in your game.
You're welcome. You got 3 out of 4.
Yeah. That's probably an all-time best for your games too.
All right. So my discussion topic probably won't take too long. I kind of thought about this question of if you were to choose a movie sci-fi future to live in, if you had to choose, which movie sci-fi future would you live in?
Interesting. So
You got like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
You got like
you have
the Island. You have Elysium. You have Minority Report, which you haven't seen, I don't think.
I would have to say Star Trek.
Star Trek future?
Because the parameters of
movie future. I guess there are movies.
Well, yeah, there is.
Wait, which movie?
Does it matter? It doesn't matter. It's all the same.
The portrayal of like if you were to watch like the Wrath of Khan future versus like the J.J. Abrams future.
I mean, either or, because like when you think about Star Trek, that is, and if we're talking in the movie sense, I'm not going to be put in a situation where I'm in these like perilous conflicts. I'm just going to be living in the best future. So, you know,
in the best future. Oh, because humanity has reached a peak.
Yeah, it reached its peak. So now, like, people do jobs because they want to do jobs, not that they're forced to do it.
Yeah.
However, I mean, of course, there is like hostility. There's like hostile environments, of course, but for the most part, like for me as like a regular jack off, like I'm just going to be living in this like utopia and just having all this futuristic technology, everything. I mean, like when you think about it, in Star Trek, they have this. What is it? They have a replicator where you can just like enter in food, and it's just at your whim. Oh, I think I want a lasagna, and then a lasagna just appears.
Yeah,
and then also, but
Garfield likes lasagna.
Angie, I hope you're watching. But but yeah, I think I would choose Star Trek. I wouldn't. I mean, what would you choose?
I don't know. I guess like a Fifth Element future seems fun.
Yeah,
it seems fun.
I mean, I think that's akin to Star Trek though, maybe. Because everyone. I mean, it might be it's a little bit cyberpunky, so like there's still like a capitalistic sort of aspect towards that society, but I think I get it.
I think Back to the Future Part 2 future would be ideal.
That would be cool
because you got hoverboards.
You got hoverboards. Yeah. That would be the selling point.
And you got the flying cars.
And
you got like the
they still have like the soda pop diners stuff too.
Yeah, they still got it's like a Fallout future almost.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so if I were to give you a future between Blade Runner and have you seen 12 Monkeys?
No, I don't believe I have.
Okay, well, it's gonna be hard because Blade Runner or Escape from New York future.
Oh, well, so that's an interesting question because
And you're not any of the main characters in the movie.
I know.
You're not Deckard. You're not.
Yes,
Snake.
I know. Yeah, I know. I understand that. I think I don't. It's hard to choose because with Escape from New York, I like the. I mean, like, come on. I'm gonna be in that prison. Like
you're gonna be in that prison.
I'm gonna be in the New York prison.
I'm gonna be in jail for what?
Yeah.
What would you be in jail for?
What would I be in jail for?
Yeah,
I don't know, but something. I already know I would be.
It's not that bad.
It's you
I can. Yeah. Yes, that's right. I think I. You know what? Thinking about it now, I think I imagine myself living in New York, and then they make the prison, like the whole island of Manhattan, like a prison, and I didn't get the memo that I had to leave, so I just got stuck there. And I'm just like, wait a minute, what's going on? And I try to leave, and like there's like prison guards like, oh, you can't leave. I was like, why? What did I do? And it's like, you're a prisoner. I was like, but why?
Yeah, like,
but I like living in squalor, so like I like that. I like that idea.
Yeah.
With Blade Runner, that's a little bit more of a bleak. That's more. I feel like that's like a bleaker. It's bleaker in the sense that I know that I still have to like make my way in this city, and it would be cool seeing the technology. You know, like that would be nice, but at the same time, like I would be miserable in a different way. So I'm going to say Escape from New York because I'm a man of the people. Come on. So like I would probably join some gang or something.
Yeah.
And get gunned down by Snake at some point.
Yeah.
But with Blade Runner, though, that seems like Blade Runner seems a little bit more depressing as a society.
Like, do you think you'd be struggling more in?
I would
the
be
Blade
living.
Runner verse?
I would be living in the slums. Like I would like.
You'd be living in prison.
Yeah, but at least with the Escape from New York prison, like I would be. I could thrive in some way because we created our own society. Rather in Blade Runner, I have to serve to a higher person.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I mean,
I know you would already choose Blade Runner. I didn't even have to ask that question. You already would.
I mean, I don't know if I would actually want to live there, eating like bugs for like your meals, basically.
Yeah, that would suck.
And because with future movies, there's always, I mean, there's typically like a class system involved as well.
Right. Yeah.
But like a movie like Idiocracy, like that future, like
that future would be,
and you're not. I would say that like you would be going there in your current state, not like you would be as
like you were just transported there.
Yeah.
With Idiocracy, yeah, I could do that. I could do that because like it seemed like everything was just like given to you. Like you didn't have to pay for anything. You just
socialism. It's just, everything was socialized and sponsored.
Yeah,
because the uniforms.
Brando.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think we've came to the conclusion that the Idiocracy is going to be the best future to live in if you were given a choice.
Yeah. Choice between Idiocracy or Total Recall or Running Man or Blade Runner.
I mean, yeah. It's just because. And if you're talking about like being transplanted into like one universe at our current like state right now, I think Idiocracy would probably be the most. You could probably acclimate the most more to that society rather than any other of the universe. Like think about like the Alien future universe. That's pretty much what we're living in right now, except they have spaceships.
Because they have that.
And now you're throwing xenomorphs in the mix.
Oh god! Now xenomorphs are here.
Yeah, it's like
now we're just dead. We're just all dead.
That's a good thought exercise. I like that.
Okay.
What is Pete? Is he still in the chat?
Pete, are you here? Where are you? Peach,
where are you?
Are you here, Peach? Where's the thing?
No, he left. He was like, yeah, fuck this.
There's one person watching. I mean, that probably is Pete, or is it Heather?
There's only one person watching?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not that interesting, I guess. That's
not true at all. This is going to be our highest viewed episode.
I know, we're nothing without Pete. All right, so let's get into our... it is Heather. It is Dork of all Dorks. So thank you for sticking with us. All right, we're going to get into our reviews of our punishment movies.
Yes.
And first up, Tyler, I chose the movie which is titled Exchange.
You my office now.
In our distant future, on nation and war,
Intruders in marker 474, sir. I want you to turn the intruders into stains.
will discover its strongest ally.
Our borders are not in dispute. The Eastern Alliance is on our side.
Has become their deadliest enemy.
This proves that the Centros are firing on us with weapons made by the Eastern Alliance.
And now, two rival champions.
Leave me again, Captain Drake. Take a whole look at yourself. Wooden team.
Must battle for supremacy.
Captain Wally has commandeered the robots.
In the ultimate killing machine.
I told you we meet again, Captain Drake. Peekaboo, I hear you. What are you waiting for? 10 cases fire.
Robot Wars. From the producers of Robot Jocks.
My body's been stolen by a terrorist? I can't believe it.
47 hours to live.
Is running out.
I need your help or I'm dead.
Showtime.
Trimark Pictures invites you to experience a future
Wait a
that
minute,
will
what?
blow your mind.
Weird, huh, Stewie?
Mind transfer is far too important to be controlled by a single company.
So they can do whatever they want. They're trying to kill me. It's just so easy.
Get ready. There's a bomb in the hotel.
Go, go!
For the ultimate
You're breaking your arm off. I don't feel a thing.
out-of-body experience.
Weird, eh, Stewie?
Stephen Baldwin, Kyle MacLachlan, and
Kyle
Adam
MacLachlan.
Coco.
The long trailer.
Exchange.
What are you gonna do? Shoot you?
Aye.
Yeah.
Exchange. What's the rundown on Exchange?
Well, I mean, I'm a little confused by what this movie was supposed to be about. There was no real point in the movie other than that there's this company that can transfer consciousness to other human beings.
Mm-hmm.
And there's clones involved as well.
Clones?
And so I'm pulling up the IMDb right now, and I'm telling you, I've read the plot synopsis and it still doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no point to it. Like,
isn't it just the guy?
So there's a guy who he's a corporate schmuckety schmuck,
Mm-hmm.
and
he's like high up.
Yeah, he's high up, and I guess there's like this account in San Francisco, and he's bad with time, so he's running late to work in the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then the secretary says, "Oh, so and so wants to talk to you. You're late." Blah blah blah. He goes in, and he sees the guy who called him working out on like a treadmill or a bike or something.
He's like running like elliptical or
I think
like
I
that.
think it was an elliptical, and then he starts trying to talk to him, and then the trainer that he had hired starts talking to him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's like they said in the trailer, like, why should I tire myself out? I can get more work done with having."
He should give me abs in my body while I do work in his body.
Which it was interesting because I kind of like. I knew his logic. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Why should I have to put stress on my own body when I can just go into someone else's body and they just do the work for me?
Exactly.
But so I'm just gonna read through the summary.
Okay.
In the future, a company called Exchange owns a mind transference technology that enables instantaneous travel by swapping bodies with someone at the destination. A member of the privileged corporate class, Corpies. Yeah, Corpies. I kind of like that. But exchanging for the first time unwittingly switches body with a terrorist. Forced to hide in a limited lifespan cloned body with just 2 days remaining, he races against time to stop the terrorist and regain his body. So at the basic story is that the body that the consciousness that was in his body was a terrorist for unknown reasons. They did not even establish why, like, he had some sort of vendetta against the company Exchange, but he did. And so he doesn't even do anything except he kills a police officer. And
but isn't he working for the CEO's son? Isn't that why he does it all?
Yeah, he does it. But what confuses me is like the connection between the main character Stewart to why he needs to go and make glad hand with because the dad died because the son like put a hit out on him.
Right.
It's like, but to what end? You know,
to take over the company, right?
I guess so, but it wasn't even really clearly established. Like that was.
It wasn't established until much later. You find out that because they have the interaction where when they first transfer over, like when they first exchange, and they go to that press conference, and the son is like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah.
Right. And then he's like, "Oh, I'm Toffley, whatever his name is."
Yeah.
And he's like,
"Yeah,
Toffley.
Toffley.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's right." And
he's like, "Oh, you exchanged? You never really exchanged before."
Yeah, I think my impression of that was like they were just using our main character, like his body, as a way to infiltrate to the New York branch of the company.
I mean, it was really convoluted.
With the premise of the exchanging idea and as like a travel system,
which is it's an interesting concept. And so what I said in my Letterboxd interview, or review.
Oh, hold on,
interview. Good,
interesting.
Tyler reads his own Letterboxd reviews. This is me, myself, and Tyler.
So I rated this 2 stars.
Okay.
I said, I don't know what to say.
Oh.
There was a unique there was a unique idea. At the end, I just raised my hands and sighed. Okay, that was certainly a movie. C-, end of report, I guess.
C-. That's kind of a high grade.
And so I'm going to go into that too, is because this movie was entertaining. Like, even though like the plot was lost on me, I found myself enjoying it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't, you said in our text message exchange that you thought this movie would be like hilariously bad.
Yeah.
And in some instances it was, but it kept my attention.
There's a lot of sex in it.
There was.
Yeah.
Sensitive nipples.
Yeah.
Or what was it? Like
singing nipples.
Singing nipples. That's what it was.
Yeah, that was a wild sex scene. It was like a
it was just so out of place. I was just like, Jesus Christ.
The way that they approached the sex scenes was interesting, because there was one later sex scene where it's like the woman and the guy are like having an argument.
Yeah.
While they're mid coitus.
Yeah.
Which was funny.
Yeah,
I've never had conversations in the middle.
You never had conversations?
Just make chit chat.
Yeah, just make chit.
So what are our plans for tomorrow?
Yeah. I mean, you know, like I don't know. Like, I mean, that's happened to me before, but yeah, I thought that was funny.
Just making small talk.
Yeah, just making small talk.
So
like,
what?
How was work today?
Yeah.
But yeah, this I think it you know what it reminded me of, Joseph? It reminded me of you remember that cable TV channel TNT?
Yeah.
it reminded me like a movie that I would watch on TNT. Like they would just like you would be like sick from home, like on a school day.
You know what's funny is that like even expanding on that feeling more is that like it reminded me of like a future version of Face Off, which would be a movie that they would show also on TNT,
right,
in the middle of the day,
on
the
weekday, middle of the day on the weekday,
because that's kind of what it was. It's just with their minds instead.
Yeah, I mean, like I think so. In the conclusion that I came to after watching this movie was like the person who like formulated this idea and like made it into a feature length film.
Director Alan Moyle.
Yeah, Alan Moyle. I don't know. I didn't look up his work.
He actually, coincidentally, his last movie, Weirdsville, is also on our punishment list.
Oh, is it really?
He also he's done a bunch of stuff. Exchange was in 2001. Before that, in 1995, he did Empire Records, which I actually kind of enjoy.
Oh.
And then he's done some other random stuff I've never heard of.
But I think there was an idea that was like it felt like this movie felt like a rough draft. I think there is something.
It's like a pitch movie.
Like
this is what I want to make, like a demo.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And they're like, no, we don't want you to make that.
I think there was something there, and they just went with the first draft.
They went with Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, and Stephen Baldwin too. Like, I mean, like, it's so unfortunate with Stephen Baldwin because Stephen Baldwin is he's a good looking man. Like, he has striking blue eyes. Like, he has really great face structure, but he's not a good actor, and he hasn't been in anything good. Like, I can't even think of a movie that he has been good in.
Biodome. I mean, good. Obviously,
I mean,
subjective to that kind of movie.
Sure. I mean, like, it's a comedic movie. However, I think
so is it.
Yeah,
it's funny that the clones were called Jeffs.
Jeffs, yeah.
It's like Jeff.
Did they even explain like
the acronym? They do. I can't remember
what it's like. Genetic something. Oh no, genetic entity.
Fiscal. It was. I can't remember the F word. F word was some fancy word.
So I mean, like, as far as me feeling like this was a punishment movie.
Were you punished?
I don't know. No, I wasn't. I had a really great time.
Okay.
Would I watch it again? Probably not. I mean,
not alone.
No,
definitely.
And actually, again, you're jogging my memory because I thought when I was watching this, I thought all three of us should watch it and do a commentary on it because it is funny. It's funny. You watched it too, right?
Yeah. It is a comedic movie, and there's like multiple. It's like they went with like tried to do like an Inception type thing with like you're in this body and now you're in this body.
Yeah.
And it's like your mind went from this body to this body, and now you're in a clone. And they made it seem so easy, like especially when they went to that club or when he went to that club, and it's like everybody here is floating, is what they called it.
Yeah,
like which is just slang for them being in different bodies.
Like this person could be like some like ugly old 80-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was, but see, that's why I thought it was an interesting concept. I was thinking, wow, that is really futuristic. And it's interesting that you brought up Inception too, because in Inception they don't explain the science of like going into dreams and stuff like that.
They just have a briefcase.
It's just like you have to accept like, okay, this is what happens. Like they don't need to over explain like the science of how you can transfer a consciousness into another human being.
Yeah, especially in this one, 3,000 miles away.
Yeah,
from New York to San Francisco. Yeah, it was
one of the funniest lines in that movie was, "Have you ever experienced taking a shit in a different body?" I was just like, "What?
You never lived until you take shit in someone else's body."
It's just like, what? Like, I feel like it would just be the same thing, I guess.
Yeah, there were some cool ideas they could have that were just not executed very well.
Yeah.
It also, I mean, there's another movie, Surrogates.
Yeah.
With Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
Which I think the premise of that is just that you are at home and the surrogate that looks exactly like you goes out and takes all the risks,
right?
As opposed to you, which is a kind of a part in this movie, because they talk about like people use the Jeffs or use these corporate clones to do like skydiving and extreme sports or whatever. They take the risk in those bodies so that they and then it's like they also talk about like insurance policies. It's like if you guys are essentially trading bodies, and there's a contract that says you won't do anything illegal or
you can't do
life-threatening or life-harming or bodily harming things. Yeah. And then like body stealing, body theft is a thing.
It's an interest. Like I said, it's a great rough draft.
Yeah,
it's a great rough draft for a very unique idea, but it comes off as just very
sloppy.
Shoehorned.
And then the homing missile that like
that
tracks that just is solar powered
that just like flies in airspace that the military doesn't care. We'll have this missile just going around New York City.
I like the Velcro mesh thing that he gets that covers the tracking of his car. They also have dog tags. Everybody has like dog tags.
Yeah, everyone has dog tags. And did you notice that missile came very close to the Twin Towers? I noticed that.
This was 2001.
This is
also 2001, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No wait. No, this was it is. Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, but it probably
came out. It was released in 2001, so it was filmed before that. How unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't re-edit that movie.
I wonder if it was like if it was in theaters and they pulled it or something.
They probably. Oh my god!
I mean,
I thought it was straight to DVD. There's no way this had a theatrical release. There's no way. I mean, you know what? Actually, this movie looked like it had a budget to be a theatrical release, but
I mean, you have Kyle MacLachlan. You don't really have heavy hitters.
No, you don't.
You have Kyle MacLachlan, and I don't even know the main character's name.
Yeah. But I mean, you have a Baldwin name slapped onto it,
and Baldwin.
Yeah, so like that's probably
he's hot off of Biodome.
Yeah,
or maybe that was after.
But yeah, I mean, overall, like it was an entertaining movie for sure. It was. I think it was a bit too long, but
that's what I felt. Yeah. I was like, God, I can't wait for this to be over.
Yeah, there was one point where I was checking the time, and I was like, okay, like come on.
Let's go. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up here.
All right. So you gave it a C-, huh?
C-. Yeah.
All right. And the movie that Tyler chose for me. Did you just pick one at random?
I actually no, because I like the word robot and I like the word wars.
Oh, perfect.
So I was like robot
mash
wars.
them together and
I was like, great.
How could it get any better? So yeah, Robot Wars was the movie that Tyler chose for me.
In our distant future, a nation at war.
Intruders in marker 474, sir. I want you to turn the intruders into stains.
Will discover its strongest ally.
Our borders are not in dispute. The Eastern Alliance is on our side.
Has become their deadliest enemy.
This proves that the Centros are firing on us with weapons made by the Eastern Alliance.
And now, two rival champions.
We meet again, Captain Drake.
Yeah. Wooden team.
Must battle for supremacy.
Captain Wally has commandeered the robots.
In the ultimate killing machines.
I told you we meet again, Captain Drake.
Big spoiler.
Peekaboo, I kill you. What are you waiting for? 10 paces, fire.
Robot Wars. From the producers of Robot Jocks.
So it's funny that he says that. Transition right back into that. So yeah, Robot Wars, directed by a man named Albert Band, written by Charles Band, relative, I think.
Yeah, sounds
Albert Band, the director, passed away in 2002.
Oh, rest in peace.
Born in 1924.
Jesus.
Yeah, he was 78 when he died. He is known for in 2006, he made a movie called Aliens Gone Wild.
Oh my God. No, really?
Yeah.
Aliens Gone Wild.
Yeah. And in the same year that Robot Wars was released, he released a movie called Prehysteria. And then in 1994, he released Prehysteria 2. He directed Ghoulies 2. He had a movie called The Tramplers in 1965, Massacre at Grand Canyon, Face of Fire in 1959, which has a good rating. But this one sitting at a 3.9 on IMDb. And it's funny that the trailer voice said Robot Jocks, because this is essentially a worse version of that movie.
Really?
Yeah. You remember Robot Jocks, right? The countries battling it out with their robots, or the continents battling it out with each mecha robot they had.
Oh,
I think it was a Joel pick.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it was. We reviewed it like, I don't know if it was this year, or I think it might have been earlier this year. But yeah, that one was a lot more entertaining than this version, because in this one, the robot war part doesn't come until like the very end of the movie.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Ugh.
There isn't a whole lot of robot mech fighting throughout.
Yeah. So
it's more of just like it
was like politics, or
like political, or like in the trailer it showed them like sparring in those like Japanese or Asian style outfits.
Okay.
And then you have your main character Drake, who is like he's like the potty mouth sort of quippy cool guy captain of a Robotech.
Yeah.
And the premise of this movie, plot of this movie, is a renegade mega robot pilot and an archaeologist.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
An archaeologist
must team up to thwart the Centro's attempts to resurrect a hidden mega robot with which they can challenge the prevailing order. So they're in the like future US, and everything has like been like, there was like some sort of a apocalyptic war or destructive event that happened.
So it's just like a desolate
it's like
land.
a desert pretty much. But there are still parts of the US which either have been preserved or they were rebuilt to replicate what it looked like at one time. Because at one point they go to the Southwest, and there's a line with the guy who's like leading like these tourists, these like civilians. He's like, and as they used to say in the Southwest back in the day, good luck, ladies and gentlemen, or something like that. Like,
that's so stupid.
I know. It's
good luck, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, that's what they used to say.
Yeah, they used to say that. They don't say that anymore.
Yeah,
it's
we
like,
don't say that
you're all
anymore.
still very much American.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like a new Chicago, and there's like, there's like former parts of the U.S. that aren't the U.S. anymore.
So did they say like what year this takes place in, or did I miss that in the trailer?
I don't think they mentioned it in the movie.
But you can infer that it's in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this movie is not very long at all. It's an hour and 12 minutes. It's an hour and 12 minutes long. It's like barely a feature movie, and it's streaming on Prime, so you can watch it whenever you want. But
get right on that.
Yeah, it's a hot recommend. But yeah, Marion Drake is the main character. Is his name
Marion?
Yeah, Marion. And there's a funny,
very masculine name.
There's a funny reveal later in the movie, because like he just goes by Captain Drake or Drake or whatever.
Yeah.
His general or commander is like, Drake, get your ass up here. His love interest, who thinks he's an asshole the entire movie, doesn't like him at all.
Yeah.
There's one point where at the very end where she just falls in love with him, I guess. Just all of a sudden, just because he saves everybody.
Yeah.
He's like, I never got your name or your first name. And he's like, it's Marion.
It's so dumb.
And she's like, Marion, huh?
Marion?
Yeah.
And then she's just like, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, Marion. Okay. And so it's him, and he's got a co-pilot, and his name is Stumpy. That's not a joke. His name is Stumpy.
No, I know. I know it's not a joke.
It's for real. His name is Stumpy. They call him Stumpy. He's this older gent who's like He fits the name, Stumpy, I guess.
Why? Because he has no leg.
Yeah, he's limbless. No, I don't know. He just is like this older guy who's just kind of goofy. I guess. Yeah.
Stumpy. That does sound like a bad movie, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like just the way that you're like talking about it, like I'm already.
My problem with it was like, is that it was only an hour and 12 minutes, but it felt so much longer.
Yeah.
Because there was
there just a lot of dialogue?
Yeah, there's a lot of talking, and there's not a lot of robot fighting for a movie called Robot Wars.
Right.
And I couldn't find who submitted this movie to.
Oh.
It might have been me who did it because
really?
When I first made,
you punished yourself.
Yeah, I played myself.
You masochist.
Because when I made the list, I just put a bunch of random movies on there,
right,
as like bad that or like had bad ratings or like low ratings.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, Robot Wars, that sounds bad, and it has a 3.9 on IMDb, so it's probably not good, and it's a punishment movie. And I would probably describe this as a punishment movie.
Yeah, I mean, like just based on the story, like based on you telling me that all of the robot fighting happens at the end.
Yeah,
fuck I could understand how that would feel like a slog
because you're just waiting to get to it.
Yeah,
you're just like, come on.
So I mean, but maybe that's the selling point to get this movie out is, oh, Robot Wars. There's robots. They're going to be fighting. And then then the writer and director are just like, okay, so we want to make this like complicated political movie. And then, you know what? We'll throw in some robots fighting.
Yeah. And there's a twist / turn that you see coming.
Yeah,
that is revealed in the trailer.
Yeah, it revealed a lot. I feel like I already watched the movie.
Pretty much. I mean, and there's only one mega robot in the world, and at this time, and that's why they're like trying to find the hidden mega robot that's like under the ground.
Okay,
but the one mega robot is the scorpion looking robot, and it's like they use it as like a transportation device. Yeah, it's like a Zeppelin almost.
Okay,
because like you have this thing that has weapons on it and like the scorpion tail and everything, but you just have like these civilians on it getting from point A to point B.
It's kind of funny like to think about because like, yeah, we can shit on this movie. Yeah, this is not a great movie, but when you think about the reality, if this movie actually happened in real life with that scorpion robot, I can imagine like a group of engineers who are telling the director who's designing this robot as a scorpion, and the engineers are like, I don't know if this isn't really efficient, boss. Like this isn't like
it's slow. It's like a chameleon.
Yeah, like there's a lot of moving parts. Like it's gonna break down a lot, and we're light on resources.
Yeah,
and he's like, make it happen.
Why 6 legs? We don't need 6 legs.
Yeah,
just do the 1 leg or 2 legs.
It's like, or why can't we just have a vehicle like with wheels? Like, why do they have to move like animals? Like, that's like in my older age, like that's when I think about when I see these like futuristic movies, I always put myself in the position of an engineer who is like looking at this design and saying, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Doesn't make any financial sense. It's not efficient.
Not efficient or anything. It just, I mean, yeah, it looks cool, man, but it's not gonna work. So that's why I like the like futuristic old movies, because it just it's just
more complicated.
It's just abject nonsense.
Yeah,
it's just abject nonsense, like with the designs of these vehicles. And when I saw the Scorpion vehicle in the trailer, I was thinking to myself, what earthly reason would you like want to have like a Scorpion robot? Like, I mean, yeah. I guess like if you're like an Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos sort of character and you're just like, I have the money to spend on it, just make it happen. See to it.
I want a Scorpion robot.
I want a Scorpion robot.
I want to be able to transport people inside of it.
Yeah.
And give it some weapons too.
Exactly.
Because there's also like this, they call them the Centros, and it's like, I don't know if it's an official name or if it's just like the name that they just call them. And they're like not terrorists, but they are like people who just live out in the desert and they just attack them.
So they're just like
they're like not like pirates, but like
rebels,
sort of. I guess. Like sand people. I guess. And from Star Wars.
Yeah. Or is it
and
like
they kind of look like them too.
Or like the Dune people.
The Fremen?
Yeah.
Less like that because they're not like scavengers.
Ah.
Because like in this, they're more like Jawas.
Okay.
Except they're not small.
Okay.
And they have guns. They have like these little laser guns, and the effects in this were, I mean, it's 1993, but.
Well, I kind of feel bad because like I feel like I didn't get punished by watching this movie,
but we never really know.
When you watched this movie though, like it felt like a real slog for you.
I mean, it didn't obviously
didn't do anything to you.
An hour and 12 minutes is not that long of a time, but
it felt like 2
felt
hours.
like watching when you're watching the movie. It's like, God,
I know.
get to the robots.
I mean, that's kind of like the weird thing about like those bad movies is you can find gems in those catalogs of like so bad it's good.
Yeah.
But when you find a really bad one, it is hard to watch.
Yeah.
I remember I had a DVD collection. You remember like those like collections where it's like, oh, there's like 50 movies.
Yeah,
like,
I have one of those. 60 sci-fi movies.
Yeah. And so I had one of horror movies back when I was a teenager. And I remember I started watching them and they were just so bad. Because I thought to myself, oh, I like horror movies. Because I was really vanilla with like my horror movies, so I thought I would dig in and try to
do obscure stuff.
And it was just like
garbage.
I would definitely force myself to watch them.
Oof.
Because
you felt like you had to.
Because I felt like I had to get that cinematic street cred.
Get that like Boy Scout badge.
Yeah, get that badge. Oh yeah, I saw lesbian vampires. Like,
yeah,
sounds like a porno. It isn't. I don't remember the exact title, but lesbian and vampires were in the title.
Vampire lesbians.
Yeah. I remember watching it on, and that one sticks out to me the most because it was New Year's Eve, and I was with my ex-girlfriend, and we were watching it on this like little CRT TV. And we like looked at each other and we were just like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck are we watching? So in that vein, Robot Wars, based on what I saw in the trailer and what you're describing it as, that it seems kind of like that where it's just not good.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is
and people
rough.
People were paid to work on this set too and like make this stuff.
Yeah. They were, unfortunately. And rest in peace, the filmmaker.
Yes.
Albert Band.
Rest in peace, indeed.
But yeah, that movie was like that's like a D movie.
I kind of feel like we have to give Pete a punishment movie.
Maybe we do.
Yeah.
I think maybe we should.
Yeah. We should.
Hold on a second. I gotta pull it up over here.
Oh, you have the wheel?
Bear with us.
All right. Well, so we have a wheel on Joseph's computer comprising of one good wheel and one bad wheel. Well, actually, no. The good wheel is physical
here,
but the bad wheel is virtually. So he's pulling it up right now.
We're removing exchange.
Yeah. And anyone who's listening, please send us your bad movie so we can add more.
Pete, because you abandoned us with no warning whatsoever, you're getting a punishment movie. And I don't think he's even watching anymore.
No, I don't think so.
And let's see. I'm not going to read them off, but there's quite a few on here.
Yeah, we got a lot of work to do.
All right, so I'm going to spin it. It's spinning, trust me. Just believe.
It is. I can see it.
And he's gonna watch Amityville movies.
Amityville movies. What does that even mean? All right. Well,
it's kind of hard to say. Let's just let's just spin it again.
Okay.
Not Amityville movies because there's so many of them.
Yeah.
If it lands on it again, it would be so. The Baby Genius.
Baby Genius series?
Yeah. So like they have multiple movies.
Oh my god.
So Baby Genius. We're gonna start with the first Baby Genius.
Yeah, Pete, you're watching Baby Genius 1.
Baby Geniuses?
Baby Genius.
Is that what it's called?
I think it's Baby Genius.
Baby. What a weird time for movies, huh? Baby Geniuses. 1999.
Yeah.
Baby Geniuses. 2.6 out of 10. Starring, look at this cast: Kathleen Turner, Christopher Lloyd,
okay,
Kim Cattrall, Dom DeLuise.
Dom DeLuise is in it.
Yeah. And then all the babies.
Wow. I wonder where those babies are now.
Yeah. And then those are the main, like the names, the main notable names. Bob Clark, the director of these movies, has also passed away.
Oh, no.
But he directed Porky's.
A
Christmas Story. Baby Geniuses. Let's see. Baby Geniuses. Where are we? Come on. Let's get to Porky's. He did A Christmas Story, Porky's 2, Porky's, Breaking Point, Black Christmas.
Wow.
That's an interesting career trajectory.
Yeah.
He went from 1974, Black Christmas.
Yeah. Iconic horror movie.
Iconic like Christmas horror movie, to Porky's and Porky's 2, which are like notable 80s raunchy comedies.
Right.
Christmas Story, considered one of the best Christmas movies.
Yes.
And to then a bunch of other stuff, and then leading up to Baby Geniuses.
What a high point
and
to
then
end on your career.
And then he did the sequel to this, which is even worse. Super Babies, Baby Geniuses 2.
He got loopy in his old age.
Okay, so I guess there's only 2. I guess he has only directed 2 Baby Genius movies.
How many are there?
Maybe there are more Baby Genius movies.
I don't know.
I'm not aware of the Baby Genius cinematic universe.
I'm sorry, Pete, that you have to watch
There's
this.
Baby Geniuses and the Space Baby, Baby Geniuses and the Mystery of the Crown Jewels.
Okay.
Baby Geniuses and the Treasures of Egypt.
My God.
And there's Baby Geniuses, the TV series.
There's a TV series?
Yeah.
Jesus.
The sequel to this movie has John Voight and Scott Baio.
Oh my God. All right. Well, Pete, I'm sorry, but
you gotta watch.
You gotta watch it.
Baby Geniuses.
Yeah. Baby Geniuses.
Is there anything else?
I think we covered everything.
Okay. Well, let's figure out the outro here because I've never done it before. Patreon people and what do they call the? I'm such a bad host. What do they call the?
No, you're not. No, it's a Cool Ass Yard Duties.
Cool Ass Yard Duties is the top tier.
Yes.
So I don't have the names in front of me, but thank you all for supporting us, and then the rest of our patrons as well. Thank you, YouTube listeners, podcast listeners, everything, for joining this very different episode of Middle Class Film Class. Sans Pete.
Yes.
Pete's missing.
Yeah.
We need to find
Where
him.
in the world is Pete?
Where is he? All right. Let's get out of here, I guess. I don't know. Tyler, you go first.
All right. Thank you for joining us. Join us on Patreon, and thank you for our Cool Ass Yard Duties. Ryan. I should have had the list.
It's okay.
Okay, fine. No, thank you for everyone for listening. Send us an email at mcfcpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, middleclassfilmclass.com, and
leave us a voicemail.
They'll be in the show notes, I'm sure. I don't have anything in front of me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
We were a little bit unprepared.
And follow us on TikTok at Middle Class Film Class and on Twitter at Podcast MCFC. See you.
See you later.
You